Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Black Box Engineering. So I've been messing around with Satisfactory 1.1 and I wanted to share a blueprint design that you can make that utilizes the vertical splitters and mergers and converts a horizontal, what's it called, a manifold into both horizontal and vertical manifold, so that you can make a compact design that has 9 constructors in a pretty small amount of space. My cat wants to visit, I guess. So, we're gonna start with we're gonna use Mach 4, everything here. So my cat's being in the way. Sorry. So, what we're gonna have to do, let's just use Mach 4, and we're gonna point the, we're gonna utilize the center of the grid, as you'll want to have this kind of at the edge and you'll want to have it point away from you, the first conveyor. We're going to want to bring this pretty much all the way up as far as you can, and then what we're going to do is add first splitter. Actually, now that I think about it, it's better to have the splitter first, because then it auto connects. That's fine. It'll work once I do it this way. So then we have our splitter. We're going to use this as our base level. Then we're going to want to bring out a constructor. We're going to want to put it at least one space away so that you can kind of see where you're putting things. And then we're going to do a second one and a third one like this. And then we're going to want to put our conveyors down. Mark 4. Let's make sure that the right mode. I like it when things are nice and neat. So okay, so this is our bottom layer, and because Satisfactory 1.1 has such a good change with how you build vertically, the page up, page down keys are excellent for this. So we're going to want to grab our constructor by middle clicking here. We're going to freeze it in place, do page up, and then page back. I don't want anything overlapping, so I'm going to make sure it's blue, and you got to make sure it's up far enough too. So I don't want it like this, I want it one forward, so it's going to look a little bit forward from, like, staggered in a way. We're going to do the same thing for the middle and the end one. Okay, build. Freeze, move up. Make sure I'm not going too far up. Okay, so then we got that. The next thing you'll want to do is copy this middle splitter, and we're going to rotate it. Let's just say you can kind of pick whether you want the orange arrow to go into the screen or out of the screen. So I'm going to have it face this way, and I'm going to line it up like this. Oh, shoot. This isn't quite right. I want this to be tileable, so think of this as the center of the whole tileable horizontal thing. You'll see why. So I need to add my conveyors back. Sorry about that. I always forget a certain step. And then on this one, we want the arrow going into the screen like this. I'm going to bring it up and meet it up with the other splitter here. Did I go too high? Yes, I did. I gotta get on the same level, otherwise I end up missing all the time. And we want to add and we're going to make sure we line up all the other arrows too. I keep on misclicking. Ah! Okay. This is one problem with the hovercraft that can be a little difficult to deal with is figuring out how you want to fly around. So I'm going to use a splitter here in line with the other one. Place it on the lift here, and I'm going to copy this and bring it into the one that is going to act as the distributor for parts into the second row. So basically this feeds top down, in other words. So, and then finally we need our third layer. So freeze it in place, bring it up. Same thing on the middle, freeze it, bring it up, bring it back. Place it. Freeze it, bring it up. And place it. So it should be like a kind of a little bit of a diagonal looking thing. And then finally we need, I like to mix it up by having the conveyors go the opposite in this case. So I'm gonna do my input on this side instead, and then just so that it kind of has a different like flow to it, just to kind of look cool. Not really necessary, it's just kind of fun to do that. And we need another splitter. Come on. I'm misclicking. So, yeah, we have our middle splitter on the bottom, going left and right. We have this one going left into this row, and then this one going right. You can kind of go both ways, or just pick one way or the other. I kind of like to have it as a pattern, just to kind of add some variation to it. And then we need our output to merge as well. So what you'll want to do is probably work from the top down in this case. You'll see why. So I need to place a merger, and we want, well, I guess it doesn't really matter which way you go, honestly, but we're going to point this going this way into the screen. I'm going to get back to what I was doing here. It's not in line. So yeah, on the bottom you'll want to have it end, because consider one of these sides as the end of the line. Although well, maybe not. You could still do an expansion by having it point out too. You'll need to do something particular because of the way that this will line up vertically. So anyway, so we're gonna do a similar thing up here, except we're gonna point, oops, right, you can't spin it unless you don't have it locked. In this case, I'm gonna send everything, wrong way. I'm gonna send everything that way. It's too high. And then we're gonna, at the end here, we're gonna point to the right. Or this way. These might be a little bit close, but I can adjust how that looks a little bit later. So I might as well add my conveyors now. Okay, and then last we need the mergers at the top. In this case, I do need to bring them out at least one. And then in this case, we're going to feed everything into the one going this way. Make sure that I never do things the right way the first time. So yeah, the pattern will require the reason that I'm doing this, you need another merger to act as your output for the to get everything down for a lift. I'm saying I'm not explaining it very well, but I need something to get from the top going all the way down, and it needs to be in line with the other mergers too. And you can't connect a vertical merger on the bottom of the lifts, so you have to use a secondary merger like this and use this as your output instead. This is why I had the output going either on this side or this side. It's a little bit better on this side because on the left and right of all of these, you can still put conveyors here, here, and here. And same thing on the right. And you see how on the input side, you can also put conveyors on the left and right. So this is what makes it compilable. So if I actually connect these, I just copy. I want to have straight conveyors, please. And now you have both vertical and horizontal. So yeah, kind of a neat setup. And then Mark II power poles is probably best to have. I lock this in place, bring it up, because you can't place power poles directly on, at least in this. For some reason, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. I've had mixed outcomes when trying this, but for whatever reason, I can't place a Mark II pole by default. And then usually I put another Mark II pole down here. We need to fill up 6 of these spots, so one needs to go all the way down to the one down here. Then we can hook up everything except for 6, because you will need to have a thing open for the input side. And then we're going to use the other power pole for all the other connections. Let me just get a little bit closer because I can't really see what I'm doing. So yeah, this is oh, one more step. Weird thing about like splitters and mergers with vertical, it seems like you can only get two-sided ones. At least that's from my experimenting. I thought I saw one where you could have 3, but I'm not sure how you get that. But to get around that particular issue, you put a merger close to the top and then just delete the extra conveyor. So now this acts as the input, like so, and everything else can be fed like normal. So yeah, this parts would come in through the merger, and then be spread across these 9 constructors, and then the outputs would all funnel to one singular output, and this can be expanded left and right. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what you think. Bye. I forgot. I should probably do some bonus footage. So this is kind of an afterthought. I actually wanted to demonstrate how well this works actually. So I'm going to place the blueprint down. That's a hard word to say. Okay. It's a lot of parts too, so. Make sure I hook it up to power, otherwise it won't work. So, anyway, I need an input stream. Let's say I want to just make easy biomass, for example, or even just convert it to biofuel even. So I'm just going to fill this with leaves, and then I'm not even going to put any of these on overclock, and I'm going to set the thing to leaves, going to copy the settings, and then just paste them everywhere here. Thank goodness for copy paste. Whoever came up with that idea is a genius for this game. So, given that it's 60 per minute, every 5 biomass gets you 60 per minute. The output would be 60 times 9. Should be like 540 a minute almost. I mean, granted, it's not perfect, but. And then let's make sure that the output is routed to the container here. I'm just going to use, might as well just do Mach 5. Yeah, so let's see if this this setup works here. Oh, just like that, it filled up pretty much all of them. And then you've got everything being funneled into one spot here. Wow, is it done already? No way. I guess I didn't have that many leaves, so. Let me make sure that it's should be siphoning the parts properly. Just 1 second here. In a big pile of leaves. Let's just go 623 leaves. Let's see how fast this works. Just slam these in. Make sure all my lines are producing. Looks like they are. We've got a pretty steady stream of biomass. Yeah, the output is pretty constant too. Like there's no pauses in this. Wow, that's out already? That didn't take long at all. And now I've got 330, no, it's not done yet. Oh, got some straggler machines still processing things. Okay, now I think it's done. So 360 biomass, just off of a minute or two. Yeah, so it works. Thanks for watching.